I swung by the auction house dumpster, and there was only 2 items in there, 3. But these shorts, I'm just gonna leave sitting there for someone. Those won't last very long sitting there like that. But I found another one of those Electrolux vacuum cleaners. I'd never found one of those in my life, and I've just found 2 here in the last month. But unfortunately, this one didn't get sold at auction, I assume, because it's missing its cord. Might just end up scrapping that. It might have some value, just just for the sake of being a collector's item. I think it's probably 60 years old, 65 years old. So I might not send that to the scrapyard. I'll figure out what I do with that. It's got the original hose, but it's been taped on there, so it's damaged. But it still might be a little collector's item, Almost a work of art in itself, you just don't see stuff like that anymore. And I got this turntable, which has very little value, except for the turntable itself is a disc of aluminum, and then you take these screws out here, and this whole thing will lift out, and there'll be a bunch of small copper wires and electrical components and stuff in there that I'll probably just end up throwing like in my tin pile, I was thinking of making some smash videos, like a playlist of smash videos, and I think I might just take this home and just smash it, see if guys like that kind of stuff. Saturday and Sunday during the day, those are 2 really good times to go out and do this, because all the businesses are closed. The stuff you're seeing in this video is just from Sunday afternoon. See that old nasty rotten pumpkin in there? It's just disgusting. It's just like a pile of mush. it was on top of these Christmas lights, so I got in there. I didn't realize there was that much stuff in there, or else I would have fired the camera up. But I would have had to turn the camera off anyways, because that pumpkin was on top of these lights, and it's really gross. So I wouldn't have been able to do it with one hand. I needed 2 hands to do it cleanly. But anyway, there's the main reason why I fired the camera up right there. That's my first ever hoverboard, and as many problems as they've had with them things, you'd think I'd find more of them. But that one right there is the first one I've ever found. But it's broken up pretty good though. It's beyond any repair, so I'm gonna take it to the scrapyard. But I might be able to yank that battery out of there. I think it's a lead battery. I'll have to look into it. But see, that there will actually go as aluminum breakage as long as I get them batteries out of there, because the whole framework of that thing is aluminum. So that's heavy. I didn't realize they were that heavy. I guess some batteries are heavy, but the thing's 30 pounds at least. 25 pounds at least. But yeah, just like these are a real common thing here. Those old aluminum walkers. Actually, I find a lot of brand new ones too. But like people will get injured and use them for a few months or weeks, and then just throw them away. But that one there's been used quite a bit. And there's a very common thing of fans. There's a nice little motor in there. I'll take that motor out of there. I used to take the motors out of there all the time, but lately I've just been taking the whole thing and throwing it in my tin pile. And there's a cheap piece of tin, and then some sort of electronics, there's a card in there. It's like a DVR, and I just it's got a nice cord on it, so it's not a bad little score. First ever hoverboard. You look in there and you think, yeah, there's nothing of value in there. I mean, it's just a bunch of garbage. But see that piece right there in the center of my screen? That's a piece of brass, and that probably weighs about 3 pounds. This is worth about $4. and it actually might be 4 or 5 pounds. That right there might be worth about $7 or $8. Just a big old chunk of brass just laying there. You know, it's all dirty, and you know, if you learn to recognize stuff like that, it's just you know, it's just that much, makes it that much better, you know. But always be on the lookout for that. It's just a piece of garbage, right? No, that's $8, $7, thereabouts. And then you got, let's see something like that. And that'll make you start digging down, see if there's some other stuff in there. So that's just a piece of steel there. That's actually all plastic. I think that's all that was in there, but that's a nice little chunk of brass, you know. Like hey, look at that right there. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. That's another pound of insulated copper. Some more insulated copper. Yeah, that's a pound of insulated copper all together right there at least. So, you know, that's 50 cents. That brass fitting was, you know, like $7 or $6 thereabouts. And so, you know, you're looking at, you know, $7 or $8 just right there, you know. And the thing is there's usually not anything in this dumpster because it's like a weed eating and grass mowing company, and there's hardly ever anything in here, you know, just like some cans and stuff. So I wasn't even expecting to look in there and find anything like that. But the reason I pulled in here, it's just on my route, so I do check it, but I was just pulling in here mainly to turn around because across the street over there, across the street right there is a big old giant pile of scrap just laying on the road, and they've just put it out there for someone to come and take it. And there's actually a riding lawnmower sitting there, and it looked like some big steel like exhaust pipes and stuff. So, or I mean stainless steel exhaust pipes and stuff. So I was mainly just turning around to go back and check that out when I looked in here and had to fire up the camera. So I'm gonna go over there and fire the camera back up. All right, so I made it over here to this pile. That's really an old lawnmower, so it's nothing more than scrap, but you know, that's gonna make a nice little chunk for someone who comes by in a pickup truck. And you know, another good thing about doing it on a motorcycle is, you know, you see stuff like that, and I just can't possibly take that. So, but you know, I'm not really out to take absolutely everything I find, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just out being a greed monger, you know. So it's good, you know. I have to leave that behind. I mean, there's just no option, but I don't always take everything I find. Like, I'll probably just leave like all these tin shelves and stuff here, but I'm taking these for sure because I think that's stainless. I could be wrong. That might not be stainless. Let's see what that is. Nah, that's just a tin, lightweight steel. But you know, see that there? That's a brass pipe. Or, yeah, that's a brass pipe there. That's another pound of brass. So that's worth over $1 just by itself. And then like all these little pieces of tin. I might take all these. Like I'm gonna take like these buckets of screws and stuff. I'll snatch all that up. I'll just take this whole bucket. Like I'll just pour this in here. I'll just pour this in here, put that bucket over there, and I'll just carry this bucket on my lap, you know what I'm saying? That might nice little bucket. And there's probably some other small stuff in here I can find to put in there too. And there's a little bit of insulated wire. I think that's wire. Yeah, it's some phone cable. Actually, I'll stuff that in there. That can go in there. But let's walk around here, see what else we got. I mean, Those are aluminum window frames. And that's actually a nice little score, but see, my problem is there's all that glass in there, and there's no dumpster around here for me to throw away some glass if it breaks, so I might just leave that alone. I'm gonna snatch these two up though. Yeah, I don't want to break this glass in someone's yard, or you know, here on the side of the yard. We got water heater. A guy just drove by in a truck with a trailer. He was eyeballing this. I'm surprised he didn't stop, because this is gonna be a nice little score for somebody. And I'm gonna get my snips. I'm gonna cut that piece of brass off there. There's a nice chunky brass on that hose. And that's about it. I'm just gonna leave the rest of this here. But yeah, someone's gonna come by, snatch up that lawnmower, that water heater. I'm gonna take all this stuff. I'm just gonna leave this tin here. You know, if tin was up, you know, at a good price, I would take that. But it's just like at 3 cents a pound, 3 or 4 cents a pound. So that's, you know, that thing weighs maybe 4 pounds. So, you know, it's like this 12. You know, all this tin that you see right here is only worth like, you know, 20 cents maybe. So it's just, I'm really not leaving that much behind, you know. And whoever comes with the truck and snatches that stuff up, we'll just, you know, we'll just take those little tin shelves too. But I might have to come back for these doors. I just, actually, I'm gonna get some nice pieces out of it, you know. That's actually gonna be quite a bit of aluminum, but actually, see, that window's already cracked and broken in there, and I don't want to just, I don't want to shatter some glass in this yard, so make sure it's all aluminum. Yeah, it's all aluminum. See, the thing about it though is these are some valuable pieces of aluminum in here, so I might come back. I was on my way up to a place and I wasn't expecting to find this, so it kind of caught me off guard, but I might come back for these and take those apart. Well, you know what, if that was brass, I'd do it right now. But that's just aluminum with gold paint on it. If you're out there scrapping, and you know, there's no harm in leaving stuff for other people, you know. I cleaned up all those window frames, took the screens out, and you know, like I said, there's no garbage can or no dumpster around here. I mean, there's one way over there, but I don't want to dump in someone else's dumpster if it's not, you know, stuff that came from their dumpster. You know what I'm saying? So I'd take every bit of that aluminum door right now. If there was, you know, like a dumpster sitting over here somewhere or something. But I might even come back later and just carry those glass panes away. You know, I just don't want to leave that glass laying there after I you know, mess with it. You know what I'm saying? So, oh well. So actually, this is an excellent time, a great opportunity for me to offer a little perspective on the scrap situation with objects like these hot water heaters and like a riding lawnmower like that. See this piece of brass I found right before this? This piece of brass I have in my hand is worth more than that hot water heater. This piece of brass is worth about, if it's 5 pounds, this piece of brass is worth about $6 by today's price. And this giant water heater, if it weighs about, you know, if it were to weigh 150 pounds by today's prices, that would be about $6. So they're about equal, I guess. But you know, that's just a little perspective for you right there. And this riding lawnmower, that would just go as, you know, tin shred. It'd be the same price as the hot water heater. And you know, I think it's probably about, you know, that dude might be 200 pounds, maybe a little over 200 pounds, thereabouts. So it'd be that riding lawnmower is worth about $8 by today's prices. Now these prices will change in the future, but by today's prices, that lawnmower is about $8 thereabouts. And this piece of brass I have in my hand is $6. So you know, that's just a little perspective. It's kind of eye-opening, you know. You've probably seen hundreds of things like that just laying around in your life, you know, and you never even think about it, you know. I mean, you just take that to the scrapyard right there by itself, and that's $6, you know. I mean, so. Yahtzee. You watch my Make Cash Today, Right Now videos, my 2-part video. You'll know where I found this at. I don't need to keep telling you. And there's actually more in here. Now, I picked out most of the real good stuff. There's still a big old, I mean, look at it, big old grip of a neoprene. Neoprene is aluminum wire. And that's a big old grip of aluminum wire in there. It's like this wire here. It's like that stuff. And you know, there's still some big pieces of tin in here. I got most of it, but no, I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that aluminum wire. I mean, that aluminum wire is not bad. It's worth some money, you know. But I'm just gonna leave the rest of this stuff in here. Someone else might come along and they can have it. I want to go home and take my dog for a walk and stuff, so I'm just gonna load this up, go take my pooch for a run, walk. I'll walk, she'll run.